and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyrielle and I want to thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a review and a wear test on the new Revolution Pro Foundation Drop Foundation. Revolution Pro has been created by Makeup Revolution, which is supposed to be a little bit better quality, a little bit more catered to more experienced people in makeup, which I wouldn't say I am at all. But I was really intrigued by the drops. I've also got the full coverage one that they brought out as well that I'm planning to do a review on also. I really was excited to try this one first, so I decided to try it today. This, as their stick foundation, came in 18 shades. I've got the shade F1, which is very fair skin with neutral undertones. You can get this in a few places, I believe. It's on Makeup Revolution's website. Also, you can get it from Superdrug. The stick foundation they brought out was £5. This is £7, so it's a little bit more, but I mean, it's still very cheap for a foundation even. In this, you don't get a full fluid ounce, you only get a 0.63, so there's a lot less product in here than a traditional foundation, but it's still very cheap. This is supposed to be a buildable coverage. You can just put a little bit on, a few drops, and then blend that all out around the face. But then you can build this up to, they say, a medium coverage. So it's not a full coverage foundation. This is supposed to be silky, breathable, and ultra lightweight. This is supposed to be a natural finish foundation as well. They tell you to apply this with their drop brush, but I didn't buy that, and I'm going to use the stuff that I like to use. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swatch this foundation along with some others so you can get a shade comparison. So let's get into the swatches. Okay, so we've got a lot of swatches today. So this is the Revolution Pro Face Drops in F1. This is the NYX Drop Foundation in Alabaster. This is the Maybelline Superstay in 03 True Ivory. This is the Wet n Wild Foundation in shade Porcelain. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Foundation in Cool Ivory, which definitely, compared to the rest, does not look cooler at all. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Matte Foundation in shade Porcelain. And finally, we have the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NW10. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little bit of shade matching first. I've still got the cellophane on this. Having nails with this is just impossible. There's my tweezers. Tweezers to the rescue. Wow, I didn't actually realize this is frosted glass. This is really pretty. I'm gonna do a quick match test to my chest. It looks like it will be okay. Oh, the pipette is massive in this thing. Like, look how big that is. Oh my god, that's what she said. It's really hard to get out of the bottle actually. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my chest right here. Very liquidy. Actually, that looks really good. If this doesn't oxidize, this is going to be a good shade for me. The undertone is very nice. I really like that. I'm gonna leave a little bit on my chest to see if it oxidizes, but I do want to take off some of this because I put on a lot. I'm gonna see how that dries down, and if it oxidizes we can see more on my chest than on my face. So I primed my skin as normal with the Fasarli Unicorn Essence. I've been loving this so much recently, and I'm going to be trying it with two applicators as normal. I'm going to be using my Y6 from Morphe, and also I'm going to be using my EcoTool sponge. I can't find my Sports Direct sponge, so that's gone wonky somewhere, but I still love this sponge, so I'm going to use this one today. Hopefully we can get a decent amount of coverage with this. One thing is, it's very hard to get out of the bottle, so just FYI. I'm just gonna put a little bit on. I'm gonna go in with the sponge on this side. That was pretty much only one full pipette drop, by the way. That actually went very far. I've definitely got light coverage. It looks really nice on the skin actually. It's just kind of evened out my skin tone. You can still see my freckles coming through. It's covered up my redness quite well. It's kind of neutralized that. But I actually really like the way that it looks on my skin. I'm looking very dewy, very kind of natural, healthy skin. I'm gonna put a little bit on my forehead. Great. Did I just put that all in my hair? It's not as liquidy as the NYX drops. Their drop foundation is a bit thicker than that. I just got it all in my hair. Oh god. It's looking really nice on my forehead actually. It's like smoothed out on my skin and almost got rid of my pores. You can still see them, but they look very minimized. It's super lightweight. I feel like there's hardly anything on my skin at all. It is setting down a little bit, so it's not as shiny anymore. I'm gonna go in with one more layer just to see if I can build up the coverage to more of a medium coverage. I put a lot of product on. It still feels really lightweight. It's almost cooling. I don't know if it's because of the frosted glass, but got so much more coverage. Now let's try it on the brush side. So I'm just gonna do exactly the same. I'm finding this thing hard to control though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to pin my hair back because it's going into the foundation. I'm just gonna go in my usual stippling motion. The shade's looking really good by the way for me. It may be a touch darker than my chest, only slightly, but it neutralizes my face very well. Definitely a sheerer coverage with the brush, even with the kind of stippling motions. Usually I find that my texture is more emphasized with the brush, but with this foundation there is no texture that's being emphasized crazily. I'd say the brush side looks a little bit more matte than the sponge, probably because of the actual wetness of the sponge. I actually think I prefer the brush with this one, and that's kind of unheard of, to be honest. I usually prefer the sponge for all my foundations. I'm gonna try building it up with one more layer as I did on the sponge side to see if I still prefer it then. Okay, that added a lot of extra coverage. I really like the way my skin is looking right now. I am going to leave it on just for a little bit longer to see if it does set at all. If not, I will have to set it with my usual Hourglass powder. I do just want to go over with the sponge just to absorb any excess product because I did put on so much. So I'm just going to quickly go over, kind of take off that layer that I really didn't need. Honestly, this is my kind of foundation. I'm so blown away with the way this makes my skin look. I look so smoothed out. I look really glowy, really healthy. It feels lightweight. This is the kind of foundation that I've been looking for. I can no longer see any of my freckles or my redness. Even though this states it can be built up to a medium, I'd say I've got high medium coverage. Some of my foundations that claim to be full coverage don't cover up my freckles that come along here, that are around my hairline. But this one really has. I'm very impressed. You'll see in the close-ups how my skin looks. Honestly, if this stays like this throughout the day, this is going to be a new favorite of mine. So it's been about, I'd say 15 minutes since I put the swatch on my chest, and as you can see, it's still wet. I'm definitely gonna have to set this. I always forget to do this, but the check-in time now is 11:30 exactly. So I'm gonna go do the rest of my face and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so it's been a few hours since my last check-in, simply because I filmed a few other videos. This eye look and everything will be coming very soon. I just tested a load of the Revolution Pro line, so stay tuned for that. But it is now 5 to 3, so it's been on for about 3 hours, is it? I don't even know what the last check-in was. So I just thought I'd do a quick checkup on the foundation and we can see how it's looking. I did set it like I usually would with my Hourglass powder, and I did use a setting spray as I usually would. And yeah, let's take a quick look at what I'm looking like. On the monitor, I feel like my skin's looking pretty nice right now. Wow. Okay, it feels a little bit tacky, and I did powder my face quite a bit. You can definitely see there's a glow to my skin. There isn't like buildup of any oil anywhere. There's no separation. It hasn't gone into lines. I just feel like I look healthy and I look radiant. The kind of glow from within look. And yeah, I'm loving the way that my skin is looking right now. The color is really good. You can see a little bit of a difference from where it was on my chest. I would go a shade lighter if they had one, if they ever think about releasing more. I definitely would go a shade lighter. I do really love this so far. I'm going to wear it for a few more hours and check back in, and then we'll see what it looks like. So yeah, I shall see you then. Okay, so I am aware I look completely crazy right now, but I'm going out tonight, so I decided to fake tan, but obviously I'm still doing the foundation review, so I look absolutely insane. But this is going to be my final check-in for tonight. It's now 7:45, so it's been on for about 8 hours. So I'm gonna just take a quick look at my makeup, see how my face is looking. Hopefully you can ignore this clear shade difference. And by the way, this is just the guard colour. This isn't the actual colour that I'll be. We are not looking that shabby. My contour, blush and highlight is still on. There's no creasing. I'm really impressed, and I actually like the way that my skin is looking. I'm pretty oily, but not as oily as I've gotten with previous foundations, where I feel that I'd actually go out and be happy looking like this. So this foundation is definitely a win for me. I really like it. The only thing that I don't like is it is still kind of tacky. It isn't so much transferring when I'm putting my fingers on my face, and by doing that it hasn't moved the foundation at all. I'm going to continue using it, and I'm going to continue trying it out with different products. I really like this foundation, and I feel like Revolution has done it again. The makeup products are so good. So I really hope you enjoyed this foundation review, and I'm sorry that at the end I just look like a freaking crazy person. If you do want to see future reviews just like this one, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the little bell button so you know when I've uploaded. Also click the like button just so I know, and I'll continue doing lots more videos like this. I hope you are all having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye guys.